Hey guys, it is Friday morning. It's like Friday at 11 o'clock, and boy, I'm not doing too good. My last video was about feeling that presence of God, and that was true. Last night, not so much. I was tortured all night long while I tried to sleep. I'd wake up a couple of times and I'd hear the guy saying, "We've got to do this," and "We've got him," and they're really going after my heart now. They're shooting a lot of microwaves at my heart and to the side of my head. I have a problem with my jaw on this side, and they really it feels like feels like this part of my head's not even connected to my head right now. And I got up at maybe 10. Oh, it's like 12. It's like 12. I got up at 10, and for 2 hours I've been, communicating with my attackers. Just you shouldn't ever do that, but it's I have to go take a bath, so they're watching me take a bath and trying to shoot me in the bathtub. They're saying they've got to get me out of here. What's happened is they spend so much time on it, and they spend all night on it while I'm asleep. When I go to sleep, that's when their work really begins, and that's when they can really, torture me and abuse me and kill me. I'm not quite sure. I think that he could power up those weapons and really kill me. So I think that they did send an email, and it was we're just playing around with your defenses. We could really kill you at any time. And sometimes I think that's true, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't really buy a whole lot more stuff because my mom is letting me borrow money until I can get a job. And I'm trying to focus on getting a job. My 401k is gone. I went through $18,000 within a year because of this. So I can't really build my defenses up. If I could get 2 more of those tabletop defenders and 1 more personal defender, I could ramp up to the next level where he wasn't hurting me. But I don't have that kind of money anymore. And so I guess I'm feeling kind of like a lot of you guys felt when I was like, well, just buy this $300 personal defender. Oh, buy this $500 tabletop defender. And they work really good. They're powerful and they can block stuff, but they're just so expensive. And there's no way. I've got to get a job. Maybe if I get a job that pays good enough, I can get that stuff, but I don't know if this guy's blasting my head every night and getting through my defenses and shooting me in the testicles and hitting my heart. I was trying to fix one of my mom's computers yesterday, and he was hitting me in the chest the whole time. Oh, he started hitting me in the chest right now. I can feel it kind of going around my chest muscles, trying to find its way in to where he can hit my heart. Who knows how much damage they do to me while I'm sleeping. I can only trust that God is kind of protecting me, and that my defenses do protect me. I don't wake up, and especially with the rubber down, I don't wake up with sore hips and stuff like that. Especially with that rubber, that does break the charge, or however you want to say that. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be really making a whole lot of sense this morning, because they really did. They beat my head in last night. But I guess I just wanted to make a video because I'm feeling like crap. I still have faith. I'll always have faith. Like I said, it's you got to infuse it into you. But I don't know, this all the time torture. Even I'm human. We're all human. And it's sometimes I'm just I want the pain to end. I don't want to live a life of 24-hour-a-day torture. And I've been living a life of 24-hour-a-day torture for the past, I'd say that at least the past 4 years, maybe 5 years. And it's not fun. I see other people, and they, other guys have girlfriends, and they're happy and they're comfortable and they're not being tortured. They're not struggling just to get by, just to try and feel something good. They're happy and they're comfortable, and it's just where did, because I smoked weed, now my whole life is death and feeling pain until this guy can kill me, until they can kill me and wipe me off the face of the earth. And some people don't even know about this. They get to go about their lives and just play and frolic, and they feel so comfortable. And when they go to sleep, I remember going to sleep like in the past, and you're just comfortable, and it feels so good, and you're like the pillow's soft, and it's just like your body feels comfortable. I remember those times, and I haven't had them in about 5 years. It's always burning, and my muscles feel like they're going to give out, and I've got to kind of guard my testicles so they don't hurt them too much. It's not a good way to live. It's not fun. Like, I'm waiting upon the Lord to help us, and I'm hoping some of my information can help our cause. But what I'm thinking, and this is just a bad thing. It's not really, we'll show them. But it's like these guys in this death cult, some of them are in the military, some of them are in the police force, some of them are in the fire department, some of them are in DHS, some of them are FBI, CIA, the people that are part of this brotherhood death cult. And so those organizations have, the real people in there who really care about people, and then they've got the death cult members. But the problem is these death cult members who are using that authority to do this kind of stuff, they're going to wipe away all that trust, because people trust these organizations, these authorities implicitly. They've earned our trust over the years in our country. So when an ex-Army guy says to do something, most people will just do it without even asking, without even just trying to discover, what it's all about. They trust these guys. And that's what these guys are using now in their gang stalking. They're using this in their gang stalking. They're like, people will just listen to them, and since he's ex-Army, they're going along with him. But what's going to happen is this stuff isn't. I mean, there's no way. It's going to take maybe a couple of years, maybe 1 year, maybe a couple of years. This stuff's going to come out. Like, it's not. They're not going to be able. Like, they're trying to kill me so that I don't put information out, and that they can kind of cover it up for just a little while longer. But it's going to come out. It's like, Americans aren't stupid. There are enough whistleblowers, even within the gang stalking culture, who are going to feel so bad for doing it that they're going to come out and they're going to speak against it, And that's just going to happen. It's going to happen. And when that does, the problem is that all these good cops and all these good Army guys and all these good CIA people, all the good FBI, they're not going to be trusted. Americans, like regular Americans like me and you, we're not going to trust them anymore. These people who are killing people in their homes and doing this gang stalking, they're going to lose all that trust that these organizations have earned. They've earned that. They've earned that when a policeman tells you to do something, you do it. And this small percentage of corrupt, Satan worshipers or whatever, death cult, I don't know what you want to call them. They're not Christians. They're just not Christians. They're whatever they are. They're going to make people not trust these organizations, and that's going to happen. And they just don't care. Like these evil guys, maybe they want to do that. Maybe they want to cause that kind of chaos and that kind of mistrust in our society. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure what their goals are. It seems to just be immediately raping and murdering people in their sleep. It's like when I went to sleep, that's when this guy's job started. And they've got the man, woman, I really don't know the gender, and I'm not trying to insult that person, but there's a guy or a girl who lives with them in the house, and it's not microwave looping. They actually do stay with them. And so the man or woman is really like with him on it. She's like, she or he is like, we need to kill him. We need to kill him. Yeah, this is just, let's get him out of here, kill him. Those are the types of things they say. And then he's got his wife who is a normal person who's horrified by this. And he's like, we've got him. And she probably looks at him like, what are you talking about? So she's trying to take care of his daughters while they're trying to murder somebody in their sleep. So it's this weird dynamic. And I'm trying to sleep But I'll like wake up in the morning and I'm like, are you really, can't we just make can't we take care of our families? Because I've got a dad with an aneurysm who's trying to kind of come back. My mom is drowning in work and trying to figure out things financially. And like, I need to help her. And I was just helping her with one of her computers yesterday, and he was hitting me in the chest so hard that I got a weird taste in my mouth, and like I got tired, and I had to step away from the computer because it felt like I was dying. So now they've got, and I don't think this is just regular ELF. I don't think it's the stuff he's shooting me with in the head. I think it's actually probably a special microwave weapon designed for the heart, designed to hurt the heart. I'm not sure about these arsenals of microwave weapons and the specialties of the different electromagnetic energy and how it's specialized, but I'm pretty sure, there are specialty weapons, to hurt a certain part of the body. So he's got his whole arsenal of torture weapons built up. Not really I don't think that I'm getting anything from the other side, the Latinos. I don't think they have a remote station, but I may be wrong. I am getting hit in the head a little bit, but I got a pretty good night's sleep. I was just angry that they were doing it. I get angry because he stays up the whole night, and they're wasting. What's happening is they're spending so much time on it that they can't fail now. They don't care. Jesus Christ himself could come down and say, you need to stop doing this. You need to stop hurting your brother. And he'd be like, I've spent too much time on this. I need to kill this guy. I need to kill him or get him out of here, brain damage him. So that's where my stalker's at. He's not playing around with me. He's not being cutesy. He's not saying things through the microwave hearing that are trying to trick me. They know I'm not trickable. They know I'm pretty smart. So he is just trying to ram as much microwave stuff as he can into my body to hurt me and to turn people against me and to just kill me. Like he's full force. He's not like playing around, doing it for this part of the day and then laying off or anything like that. He's full-fledged, coming at you, gonna kill you, gonna stop your heart. I'm done with this. He spent so much time on it. So that's where he's at. So I cry out for Jesus to help me. I cry out for the Lord, my God, to help me. I cry out even because these are pathways that remote neural monitoring that I'm sure other people can patch into. Like, sometimes I'll be like, if the FBI is listening, please save my life, because I don't know who's listening and to what. It's probably just a huge surveillance tap on that neighborhood, and the DHS is probably looking into it, but they're not helping. The FBI is probably doing their own investigation, but they're not all clawing to like save my life or anything. I'm sorry. I'm very upset this morning, and I've spent 2 hours yelling at him, which don't talk to them. Like, I think it's because I realize his wife is a good person, and so it's like when I talk, I'm like talking to him, but in respect to her being there and listening to it. So I've got to just cut off that communication because I make it worse. I make it worse for her. I make it worse just by saying anything. Like, if you ignore a psychopath, they get mad. And what you want these guys to be mad. You want these guys to be upset, like saying, we're going to effing do this. You don't want them to calm down. Because when they calm down, like when he's calm and he's like, come on, baby, we have to kill this person, that means that he's getting you. He's getting you to where he wants you, and he's, kind of feeding off of that trauma, and he feels good. He feels relaxed, and he feels like it's going good. So you don't want to give that to them. You want them to be mad and gross and saying stuff like, yeah, let's get him, and they're all pissed off. That's where you want them. And I woke up this morning right when I came out of I'm at my parents' house right now just to get physically away from my stalkers because they're on each side of the house, and it's just it's 24 hours a day, death and darkness, and they want to bring it there. They want to. That's why I was talking to him this morning. I was like, what do you say? What do you say to yourself? Because he doesn't go to sleep, or he maybe gets a little bit of sleep every night. And I say, what do you say to yourself? Do you say, how dark do I want to make this? How dark do I want to bring this? How many people do I want to murder and scare? Like, I kind of wonder about those things, like where he's at, what he believes. But I'll never be able to even get close to that, because just who I am, I could never understand what a murderer who's murdering for no reason and destroying American families, like what's in his mind. And I'm thankful for that. Because it wouldn't even help me in this situation much. But I woke up and then I drove out of my driveway, and he has his truck home. His truck's always at his house now because he's not worried anymore. I went to the psychiatric unit, and I'm hesitant to call police. I'm hesitant to call anybody to help me because they're just going to throw me in the psychiatric unit. So now this guy's a lot more confident. He's leaving his truck at his house, so because he knows he's like that guy's not going to come over here, because then he can just say, "What are you talking about, crazy?" and he can get me thrown in the psychiatric unit again. And he stays up day and night, killing me in my sleep. I said this morning, I was like, I care about my family, and so I'm not going to do it, and I never will do this. So if I die, you guys know that it was them that killed me, because I'd never kill myself. But I was in the bathtub this morning, I was like, man, I've kind of had enough. 5 years of constant torture where you can't just rest. Like, you have no rest. You sleep, and you're being tortured in your sleep, and just tortured everywhere you go 24 hours a day, and it's too much. Like, sometimes it's crossed my mind to just end the torture, to end the pain, to just, I'm done. But my family's here. I've got to try and take care of my family, and they would be, even though we're bad off right now because of this stuff, we'd be worse off if I decided to take my own life, and I'm not. It crosses my mind sometimes. The pain is so much, the anger is so much, it's never ending, and it's this guy, and he's got carte blanche to just murder me and torture me in my house and make it as dark as possible. And he's got 2 daughters and a wife, so nobody's going to suspect him. And I'm going to, I get the emails that it's like, hey, I'm schizophrenic. Like I got an email by a ghost, and I'm not sure if they're trying to help out. I think they are. I think they're trying to help out. But what they are saying is, your neighbor's just a normal guy, and if you went over there and talked to him, he's just a normal guy. You're just experiencing these things because of schizophrenia or whatever. And I'm thankful for people trying to help like that, but it's definitely not that. No mental disorder could cause pain where your heart feels like it's melting, where your face is being like burned, and it's switching over. It's switching onto the top of your head, then it's switching to the side, then you hear the microwave hearing of some asshole going, "Let's put him away," The good thing, though, is, and I'm very upset this morning, so this is probably coming off as just, woo! It's probably coming off as just like, what's going on with him? But the good thing, though, is this will come out. I mean, the truth will come out about this. It's just how long it's going to take. And then when it does come out, though, what the police and the military and people who are involved in this are going to have to worry about is how Americans aren't going to ever trust them again, because they've earned this trust throughout the formation of our country. These authority figures have earned our trust. Now, what this small percentage of corrupt people who want to murder Americans in their home and get away with it, what they've done is they're going to cast a shadow on even those good people in these organizations who just want to do their job and save American citizens. And I think maybe they know that. Maybe these guys in these cult organizations who are, also in the army, they know that. They know that they're going to screw it up for the good guys. And that's what they want. I don't think they really mind. I think that's part of the goal right there. I don't know. I don't know what their goals are. I'm so far away from wanting to murder somebody. Once they close their eyes to go to sleep, then his job begins. Like, where can he hit me on my body and really damage me to then point at me and say I'm crazy and keep the cycle going. I'm very far away from that as a human being. Like, I don't see the point of it. It hurts his family. It hurts my family. It's negativity, just exponentialized negativity to where it hurts life all around us in our community. And the only people I'm seeing who are, I guess, enjoying it, it's not even like they're enjoying it. I see the stalkers on the street, and I guess they feel kind of powerful that they have somebody they're hunting, on the street, but it's not even like they're really enjoying it. It's like they're trying to just get it done. Like, get this one done so we can move on to the next person to kill. Like, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from them. I'm seeing these people in their cars. They have tinted windows. They have the handicap parking, and they got the one light on to tell me that this guy's got his friends, driving around me. And they make so sure to cover their face and to have the tinted windows. So it's not like they're like, hey, I'm proud, it's me, and I'm killing people. It's like this kind of half-assed, I'm doing something, but I don't want to be seen because it's very embarrassing. So I just don't get it. Like, I start talking about this gang stalking stuff, and I just don't get it. I'm just not a human being that would ever do that. But I think there are human beings that they're just very conditionable. They're like, well, what's everybody else doing? And everybody else is stalking somebody. Okay, well, I got to do that. Like, I think there are human beings like that. And they don't even ask questions. They're just like, oh, well, this is new and we're stalking people. All right, And I look like crap because I've been tortured all night. At this point, I really am looking to the Lord. Really just going to try and get a job, but I don't have the money that I had to build up my protection. And he's like, with all these people riding the street and vehicularly stalking me, and with all the people that he probably has connections with his cult buddies. I'm not going to say the cult. I know what cult he's involved in. But he's got them, and they can give him microwave weapons. He's probably got people in the city that aren't in our neighborhood who are remotely hitting me too. So I'm sure he has a lot more that he can throw at me. Because it's a bunch of people versus one kid who really wants to help his family and not see his mom cry anymore. And I know they've got tons of people, and it's not a fight, it's not a war, it's like, how can we play around with this guy and then eventually kill him, where it looks like he's just sick or something. And I guess they're winning. I don't know how you'd win in this, but my psychologist, I'm going to have to go talk to my post-traumatic stress counselor who's trying to get me in a group home. Then I talked to my psychiatrist who is in a residential program. Awesome guy. But I have to say to him, well, I'm 75% that this is the delusion, and I'm 25% that it's real, which is just a lie. And I told my mom that this is real. It's real pain. It's real people on the sides of my house. They have real technology that's microwaving me, that's looking in my home, and it's a real fight for me. And there's no way that I can just be like, okay, well, since you guys can't handle that this is happening, I guess I'm schizophrenic. Since you guys, you've never come up across it, I'll just say that I'm delusional. I can't do it anymore. I'm getting, like, I have been, and I've been playing along with these psychiatrists and stuff like that, and I've told y'all to trust them. They can still help you, even if they don't understand this, but I'm kind of at the end of my rope. I'm not going to lie anymore. I'm not going into another psychiatric unit where they take away my defenses, and I'm not going into a group home, but I'm going to be a little bit more honest with this. This is a war for us. This is a definite war for us. And I'm trusting in God to show me the way. This guy knows his way. The guy who is my enemy, he every night torturing me, staying up all night, especially when I sleep. That's when he goes to work. He knows what he has to do. And I don't understand that for one bit. I don't understand how he could even have a family and want to cold-bloodedly murder somebody in their sleep. yet he's getting away with it. So that makes him more confident about him. It makes him do it more. I don't get it at all. I don't get it, not for 1 second. Not for one. Killing Americans, I don't understand it. And this guy does understand it, though. He does understand. I don't think he considers me an American. I think the cult that he's in, they get to decide who lives and dies because they are the elevated man. They are the new man. This is, like I said something about the New World Order today, and it is. I mean, a lot of scholars, even within the New World Order, and that kind of New Age thinking where, if somebody gets sick, let's go ahead and kill them. They do. They've said that a lot of very graceful, intelligent, good people are going to have to die when this New World Order comes out. And I think this is the closest thing that I've ever seen in reality to a New World Order, where it's just like this guy, since he's in the club, he's in the death cult club, so he gets to decide, he gets to make lies up about me, kill me, and it's all coming from him. All the negativity and all the murders coming directly from him. But he gets to decide, because he's the new man, or whatever kind of BS they learn in there. But I'm being really negative right now. I want to just end the video because I'm being negative. I'm going to have negative videos, I guess. I was so positive, yesterday. I did feel protection, but I've started out my day yelling at him, which just ruins my day. Yeah, but I want to go ahead and end it because I'm going to wait till I feel better to make a more informational video. But I do want to document this because this is just, look at me. I mean, this is how I feel right now. I feel terrible. And there are going to be times like that, There are going to be times, a lot of times like that for us, but we've got to choose to keep fighting. Like, I'm going to keep fighting. I just see all these people in America, and they have girlfriends, and they're comfortable, and they're happy, and I want to go back to that, but I sometimes doubt that I could even go back to that if I wanted. Even if I got away from all this, would I be able to not fight something this evil, And it's like, because I know about it, these people have to kill me more, They're scared I'm going to get information out. Like, he calls me, he's like, oh, he's retarded, we can kill him. Oh, he's stupid, we can kill him. But then they stop my videos. I can't do videos from my house because they stop them. So it's like, I've been doing something right. I've been getting the right information out. I've been hopefully connecting some of us, target individuals. I'd like to talk to y'all more. Like, I'd like to talk to some people on Skype or on the phone. Because I feel like I'm connected to y'all, but just through the comments and just emailing. I'd really like to Skype some of y'all and talk about some options where we can maybe get some signatures, get a bunch of signatures from a bunch of different states, and just in every state give that to our senator. I think that would be the best thing, to show how many people are experiencing this. And then that's what brings it to the attention of our politicians. It has to be happening to a wide number of people before it gets attention. I'm sure it's going to come, though. I mean, it's going to come out that these people are doing this. The weapons are going to come out. It's already known by a lot of people. But that's what this guy, he wants to kill me off to cover it up so I won't be able to get information out. Like, he's like, we got to whack this guy before he gets more information out like that. But it's going to come out anyway. The information that they're using these weapons, that they're doing it a certain way, within a couple of years. I mean, I think it's only going to be like another year or two, but it will come out. It will eventually come out. And it will be a very bad thing for America. Because honest, average Joe citizens will have a hard time trusting, the police and the army and stuff like that. And we'll wonder what happened to them. Like, where did they go to get brainwashed, where they can kill American citizens? That's huge. That's a huge deal. Where these guys who are in positions of authority, they're not protecting us anymore. They're deciding who they can target and kill and waste government money, to kill people who aren't terrorists, I think they would say they're practicing for if a real terrorist comes, but I would argue that they are the terrorists. They're the people who are killing people in their homes and in their sleeps. They're the ones mutilating animals. They're the terrorists. So where do you go from there? It's like they're doing this and saying that they're doing it because they want to catch terrorists, but they're the terrorists. They're the domestic terrorists. Like this guy's worse than a terrorist because it's not like he's giving me an extreme. He's not saying, move out of that house or I kill you. He's saying, I'm going to kill you in that house if you don't get out, or if you leave, I'm going to follow you and kill you. So I have no choice. It's like be hunted. Be hunted and get killed, or try and find some way to survive, some people to believe you. It's not even a choice. He has decided that he wants to murder me, and he's going to use his network of people to murder me with microwave weapons. So he hasn't even gone, do this or do this. It's like, you will die. That's what he's saying. You will die, no matter what you do. And that's evil to me. I don't see how it's not evil to everybody who, he's around. But he's gotten some people around him to really go along with it. And I guess there are types of people like that, and they're conditionable. And if some ex-Army guy's telling them to do something, they're like, this has to be the right thing to do. That guy's retarded. Let's kill him with microwave weapons. But then I see his wife, and I'm not going to talk about them a lot anymore because I think it just hurts her. But she's never going to go over to that. She's never going to be like, oh, okay, well, he's bad enough that we can kill him. They're just, and she represents probably about 80% or 90% of the American population. They're not going to go along with murdering somebody, even if you kind of bring us all there slowly. There are still people who are like, that's still murder, because they're intelligent, they're compassionate, they're empathetic, they're normal human beings. And so it's not like, oh, okay, well, we've been doing this for a couple of years, so let's just go ahead and accept it. They're like, no, that's still murder, it's still bad. And I see that, and it gives me hope. Like my mom, she'd never do this. My dad would never do this. It's just there are a lot of people who would never go to this place. And so what I feel like this guy's brainwashed. I feel like he's in a cult, and he's been brainwashed, and he doesn't even know it. He thinks that like killing people doesn't matter, but I think he has been indoctrinated into somewhere, and I'm not going to mention where, but he's been indoctrinated so that he no longer has a discerning mind. He's just like brainwashed. We kill people in their homes. Okay, I'll get, people can cover it up for me, so I think that's where he's at. That's the only thing I can imagine. But all right, more positive videos to come, guys. Live long and prosper. I'm going to end this video because I look like crap and I feel like crap, and I want to bring y'all more positive stuff. If y'all want to look at the comments, there are some comments that are definitely my stalkers, called the processors or the processor. I think they have two, maybe. They knew exactly, and I've never told anybody, on my videos, like Darth Vader was saying, maybe in your videos you gave it away that you were beating on your south wall. Nope. I was in my house. I've never said any kind of directions. For these comments, for them to know it was the south wall that I was beating on, they would have to be looking in my house like the stalkers are, or they would have to be somebody connected to the stalkers who the stalkers gave information to. So that little comment right there where they're saying that I'm beating on the south wall, that's a little bit of printed truth. That's a text, a printed out sentence there that is actually a lot of proof for me to prove my case, because I have never told anybody that it was on the south wall. Never in my videos did I mention it. Never did I give directional things. It has to be the stalkers or somebody that they got that information to. So that little comment, I don't know if they can come back and erase that comment, but that little comment where they say they enjoy me watching me scream and beat on the south wall, that's a little bit of proof that I have now, and that I can show, my psychologist, my post-traumatic stress counselor, And that's proof. It's proof. Like me seeing this guy with the weapon in his window and me hearing him talking in his backyard, that's questionable because I saw it. And so they're calling me delusional. So anything that I see is questionable. But that printed out sentence right there, it's a printed out sentence. And it's on the video where Wolverine is smiling on the beach. And it's probably some more. They do other comments on my other videos. And it's the processors. And I think there's one called The Process, and they use my picture. They put my picture, and it's a whipped up YouTube account to do comments like that. So look at their comments. Those are gang stalkers, and the comments are really creepy, and they're really evil, and you can just, they think that they're being funny, and they think that they're playing around with their prey, but that's something that we can all look at and learn from, and that's the main thing I want people to do from my page is I want us all to learn from what's happening to me. And I'm glad to do that. And maybe sometimes I do things wrong. Maybe I don't react in the right way. And really at this point, I want to move out of that house. I want to move as far away as I can because it's hurting his family and it's hurting my family. And he doesn't care. He'll never care. He'll keep murdering people. So I really do. Once I get that ready, I want to move out of there. I think there was a little bit of pride in me, and I'd moved 2 other times. I moved once, then twice. Okay, well, I moved twice to that house. So it's a little bit like I don't want to move again. I want to hold my ground. But when people's lives are just being sucked out of them, and people are being murdered in their sleep, and his children, his daughters are growing up to where they could grow up into bad people because they see their dad doing this. Now, on the other hand, his daughters are at a pretty good age to where they're growing up now, and I think probably in a year or two, his wife is not going to let him do this because they're going to be old enough to where it's actually affecting them, to where they're not so young that they could say that they're not understanding it. So if I waited 2 or 3 years in that house, without dying, I think his wife would not allow him to do that. I mean, strictly because it would, their daughters would be of an age where they'd really understand what's going on, and I've thought about that. I've thought about holding my ground until, their daughters reach a certain age where they just can't do that anymore. They can't get away with that. And by then, maybe he would move out and somebody else would move in there to carry it on. It's so big. It's like I drive out on the street and there are people with their lights on, and it's like it was 11 o'clock today, and there were just rows of people with their lights on, a bunch of people with one light on, a bunch of people with their arms hanging out. So my videos definitely struck a chord, and I'm glad. I'm happy. I'm happy that my video struck a chord. Good. I'm glad that I'm getting all these people riled up and against me. That's the only place I have to go, fellas and ladies. I mean, I don't think I can have a regular life now. I mean, I hope that some of you out there can. I hope that you can maybe have a regular life and get away from this. But what I've seen, it's I don't know. Have you ever seen Watchmen, where Rorschach, he talks about seeing a seedy underbelly of the city, and once you see that, you can't turn away. You can't turn away even if you wanted to. Some people don't even know about this subculture of gang stalking and victims being killed in their home, but it's I've seen it, and I've seen the worst of it, and I don't think I can turn away. I don't think that's my task in life. I mean, and I think I can still get a girlfriend and get married. It'll just have to be certain people, and I think God's got that lined up for me. He's going to take care of me. But I think that I'm here for a reason to fight this stuff, because everything that I've done in my life, I've always run it past God. When I decided to smoke weed when I was dying from my Crohn's disease, I ran it past him. I said, okay, I'm going to do this, God, but I could get arrested or my neighbors could not like me. Never in my mind did I have a thought that I could be executed in my home for smoking a little bit of marijuana. Never did I ever think that. It never crossed my mind. So I ran it past God, and he said, no problem. He didn't say that, but in my heart I felt no problem. It's not going to hurt anybody. And it was something else. They used that to hurt me and hurt my family. And it wasn't just that. I'm sure it was other stuff too. I've never done anything that I need to apologize for or anything. That I've never hurt anybody physically. I mean, the people who are, gang stalking me, they're the murderers, All right, well, more positive videos to come, but when I feel this way, I do want to make videos because I want to just document it all. So peace out, guys. God really does love us. He doesn't want a bunch of people to be dying. And I think that we're in a spot where if you're intelligent and this is happening to you, we can get the information out and we can talk to the right people. God bless all of you. I love all of you. I know that our situations stink, more than stink. You can't even get a night's sleep. You got somebody who starts the torture once you go to sleep. And that's terrifying. It is terrifying. I mean, my head just feels like on this side, it feels like my nerves are all burning. Sometimes I get worried that it's like, what kind of a life do I have left? And these guys are mutilating me so bad. But on the other hand, in this, I know for sure Jesus can renew us. He can make us new. So even if I, get messed up nerves and muscles, I believe my faith says that we can be renewed, and our spirits and our bodies can be renewed, and I believe it. I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. And I believe that if I walk out to Jesus on this rough sea, that I can walk on water as long as I go towards Him and I believe in Him. And I'm going to be human, and I'm going to get mad sometimes, like you see in these videos. But I feel like it's necessary for me to make the videos anyway. And then when I'm in a good mood, I can make videos then. If y'all saw that video, The Other Side, that was a play on words. It was the other side, meaning my stalkers. They're the other side, with their comments. But also the other side, something that we can't see that we believe in, of good, of such just pure goodness. And it wants to validate life, and it wants to secure life's potential. And I felt that the other night. I felt it so real, and it's infused in me, so I feel it. But that was a point where I felt it crescendo, in my life, and it meant a lot. It kept me going, and it keeps me going even through this. But all right, guys, I love you so much. Stay strong in your fight. Send me some emails. Let me know what's going on with you. I'm going to get a Skype account so I can, communicate with y'all. And also, there's OSI calling numbers, and I'm probably going to give those out on my next video. But there's call-in numbers so that you can have, you can get on a call and stuff like that, and speak your story, and then they can take it and, use it for the whole cause. And I want to give out those numbers, but I'll probably be calling OSI and just kind of giving my testimony to them. There are people out there who want to help us through this and believe us. We just got to keep hanging on to those people and keep hanging on to hope. I know God has a reason for this. When I wake up in the morning and my head feels like it's fried, from abuse and torture, sometimes I forget that. But then making these videos and coming back to y'all, it makes me remember. All right, God bless all y'all. I love y'all. More videos to come, and maybe the next one will be a little bit happier. I really do love you guys. Stay in the fight. Keep hope. Trust authority figures, but be discerning, All right, guys. I love you. Peace out to the next video.